enough sky. What am I the thorn in your eye? Too much sun and not enough sky. What am I the thorn in your eye? Too much sun and not enough sky. I'm lost again, but I gotta maintain. Too much sun and not enough sky. What am I the thorn in your eye?
Hello everybody and welcome to race number 23 of Season 2 NASCAR Walmart Cup Series. After this race, 3 races to go until the chase for the championship plus a non-points race, which is the Chase LCQ at Talladega. But hi, I am Levi McIntyre, aka ThrashManiac99, the voice of NASCAR Walmart Cup Series, here to welcome you to the Michigan 400 at Michigan International Speedway. 2 miles of very good racing. We're going to see who can prevail and pick up a win. Now, the point standings coming into this race, the chase standings coming into this race, Mason Bromer leads by 49 points over Hunter Bell, and then it's Austin Talley, Betty Johnson, Gabe Williams, Parker Wright, David Rivera, Chase Oliver, Joshua Collard, Eric Burden, the top 10, and the wild card drivers are Seth Cole and PJ Williams for having 2 wins this season. So still anything can happen here in these next few races left. Now, here's the big thing for Mason Bromer. He comes into this race 110 points ahead of 10th place in points. So if Mason Bromer can finish in the top 5 today, he could get a locked up spot for the chase for the championship here today. If Mason Bromer can finish top 5, he's going to be locked into the chase once that starts at New Hampshire. But ladies and gentlemen, here at Michigan, let's take a look at the starting lineup for today's race. Well, there's a look at your starting lineup. Jessica Sheldon on the pole with Danny Wells in second. So this is going to be interesting. Sheldon trying to go for her second win of the season. But here we go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys and girls. Already Chris Washer starting to step down low to make it 3 wide for third. And Danny Wells actually got a bigger run off on the high line and then Jessica Sheldon did on the low line. I guess Sheldon didn't get off to a very good jump. And already we've got a wreck. I see Barney Taylor's around. Oh, Mason Bromer's in there. Rue McIntyre, Cody Lamas, David Rivera was in that. A few cars got involved in that accident, and one of them was points leader Mason Bromer, but he doesn't really have too much damage other than just some side damage, probably from door slamming, but Mason Bromer's still good, but David Rivera's got a big buckle on his hood. Rue McIntyre got involved, however, not too much damage. Cody Lamas with rear end damage got into that mess. Dylan Young with a little buckle on his hood. They were getting pretty testy coming off of turn 2. But Danny Wells is your leader, and some cars are going to come down pit road, some are going to stay out. But Danny Wells is going to be your leader once we get back on under the green flag. But first, we're going to take a look at a replay to see what brought the caution out for the first time today here at Michigan. Here's what happened. They were 4 wide, and it looked like Ryan Anderson Jr. came up in the Cody Lamas and in the Barney Taylor. It was 4 wide with Taylor, Lamas, Anderson Jr., and Parker Wright. And then there you see cars started to pile in there. There you see David Rivera getting his damage, Rue McIntyre getting involved, and Mason Bromer got into Betty Johnson and caused him to spin. He did get some damage on the front end of his car, but not enough to put him out of the race, I don't think. And there's Barney Taylor, who's back into this mess. So we had a few cars get involved and get damaged, but other than that, I don't think anybody will retire. Maybe one, maybe two, but other than that, that was a look at what happened. Let's go back to the restart. Well, after that first caution, we do have one car out of the race, and it is 7th in points, David Rivera. This was not what he needed. He needed to try to get a good finish to stay in the top 10 in points. He might fall out of the top 10 as a result, but Danny Wells is your leader. 2nd is Jessica Sheldon. 3rd is Sonny Hammond. 4th is Gabe Williams. 5th is Henrietta Fitzwater. 6th is Joshua Collard. 7th is Zachary Fitzwater. 8th is Theo Segal. 9th is Michael Norman. 10th is Seth Cole. Then it's Preston Plord, Parker Wright, Ken Thero, Kyle Matthews, Hunter Bell, Trent Dunham, Chase Oliver, Tommy Mooney, Ian Dutta, and Justin Talampas, the top 20. Then it's Eric Burden, Austin Weiner, Austin Talley, Annie Thomas, Brody Talley, Matt McIntyre, Charles Jackson, Alex Pedro, Chris Washer, and Alex Hawkins, the top 30. And then it's Ryan Anderson Jr., Jecko Knight, Dylan Thero, Dylan Young, Rue McIntyre, Cody Lamas, Barney Taylor, Sam Young, PJ Williams, and Betty Johnson, the top 40. And the last car left on the track is Mason Bromer. It looks like they got his side damage repaired, so it looks like he's going to be able to continue. He can still get up to the top 5 depending on what's going to happen with this race. We're going to see how this race is going to play out. But we are getting ready to get to lap 6, so it's going to be 25 to go here at Michigan. Remember, when they get to lap 16 is where it's at the halfway point. And already you see some cars going down low. And Danny Wells is just pulling away. Danny Wells has a very fast car at the moment. And now Jessica Sheldon's starting to get a little bit under fire, just a little bit. Otherwise, she's starting to pull ahead. Meanwhile, Sonny Hammond having a great day in the 3rd spot right now. Depends on if he stays up there is the question. Meanwhile, Danny Wells continues to lead. He has led every single lap today, and he wasn't even the pole setter. It was Jessica Sheldon who was on the pole, but it appeared that Sheldon didn't get off to a very good jump on that start. But remember, if this race goes green for a while, they're going to have to make green flag pit stops in order to get enough gas for the end. As we are still green, which is good. So far we have had a good 2 laps of green flag racing. Meanwhile, we got a battle for 2nd brewing between Sonny Hammond and Jessica Sheldon. Meanwhile, back here they are 4 wide. We got to keep an eye out on this, because remember last time we saw 4 wide, they wrecked. They settled it out. That was a great job by those drivers. Meanwhile, PJ Williams has fallen off the pace. Meanwhile, everybody else appears to be good to go at the moment. Meanwhile, we still have good racing going on. Danny Wells continues to lead the way. Now, Danny Wells this season is pretty much just like his season last season. He had a miserable season despite last season winning the race at Thornton and managed to make the chase and finish about 11th or 12th in points. This season he hasn't won a race yet, and he comes into this race, I believe, 40th in points. So that shows you how much of a miserable season Danny Wells has had. But right now, he's having a great race, leading every lap, pulling ahead up at the front, and having a great run here at Michigan. If he can win this race and maybe win 2 more after this, get 3 wins, he could get a wild card spot for the chase. Or if not, he can try to win the LCQ at Talladega to make it in. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the margin at the line of how big of a lead he has. He has about 3/4 of a second lead over Jessica Shelton. Meanwhile, while we're under green, let's take a look at a run-through of the top 20 as they stand right now. Danny Wells is your leader. Second is Jessica Shelton. Third is Joshua Collard. Fourth is Henrietta Fitzwater. Fourth now is Preston Plord. Fifth is Sonny Hammond. Sixth, Henrietta Fitzwater. Seventh is Gabe Williams. Eighth is Theo Segal. Ninth, Zachary Fitzwater. 10th is Seth Cole. 11th is Ken Thero. 12th is Kyle Matthews. 13th is Michael Norman. 14th, Parker Wright. 15th is Chase Oliver. 16th is Austin Weiner. 17th, Hunter Bell. 18th, Eric Burden. 19th, Trent Dunham. 20th is Tommy Mooney. So that is the way the top 20 runs at the moment. Meanwhile, we see this great battle with Chase Oliver. He about got up into Michael Norman. That could have been a big mess, and as they are 3 wide coming off of 4, nearly 4 wide right there. They are trying to go 4 wide, which I don't know about that. Oh man, they are 4 wide right here. Oh boy, we got to keep an eye out back here for this. As Annie Thomas and Hunter Bell are right next to each other. Let's watch out here, and there goes Michael Norman and Eric Burden. They managed to keep it together. Wow, what a great save. Eric Burden went skidding, but Michael Norman, they both save it. Are we under? Yeah, we're under the caution. It was enough to bring out the yellow, and all of a sudden Jessica Shelton got forced out of second, back to the 6th spot. And Joshua Collard is second now, but nonetheless, yeah, despite we had only a 2-car spin in which they saved it, it was enough to bring out the caution. There you see all the skid marks that were from Eric Burton. But let's keep an eye out and see if these leaders are going to come down pit road. Collard, it looks like he's going to, and it looks like Danny Wells and Preston Plord are staying out. So too is Sonny Hammond, Zachary Fitzwater, and Seth Cole, among others. Danny Wells not coming down pit road again. I guess he's thinking about trying to stretch it out on fuel, if possible. And it looks like only 5 cars are coming down pit road, and they were Joshua Collard was one of them. But while we're under the yellow, let's take a look at a replay to see what brought the caution out for the 2nd time today here at Michigan. Well, here's a look at it. These cars are racing pretty hard, running 4 wide, but we're going to see what's going to happen here. We're going to keep an eye out on the 3 of Michael Norman. Oh, Annie Thomas got up in the Hunter Bell and in the Norman, then down in the Burton. But everybody moves up to avoid, and even though they save it and they don't hit the wall or each other really, they were still on track when they spun, so it was enough to bring the caution out. As Norman's pulling away, as Burden went through a big, long, skidding slide that wore out his tires really bad. Even though they didn't hit anything, it was still enough to bring out the caution. But that was a look at what brought the caution out for the 2nd time. Let's take you to the restart. Well, after that last caution, no cars went over the wall. We only have David Rivera out, which means 41 cars still on track. Danny Wells is your leader. Second is Preston Plord. Third is Sonny Hammond. Fourth is Zachary Fitzwater. Fifth is Seth Cole. Sixth is Ken Thero. Seventh is Kyle Matthews. Eighth is Parker Wright. Ninth is Chase Oliver. 10th is Hunter Bell. 11th is Charles Jackson. 12th is Andy Thomas. 13th is Matt McIntyre. 14th is Brody Talley. 15th is Alex Hawkins. And then the rest of the top 20 is Alex Pedro, Dylan Thero, Trent Dunham, and Jekko Knight. That is the top 20. And then we got Ian Dutta, Betty Johnson, Mason Bromer, Rue McIntyre, Michael Norman, Joshua Collard, Henrietta Fitzwater, Theo Stegall, Gabe Williams, Jessica Sheldon, the top 30. Then it's Barney Taylor, Ryan Anderson Jr., Chris Washer, Austin Talley, Cody Lamas, Dylan Young, Austin Weiner, Tommy Mooney, Justin Talampas, and then Sam Young, the top 40. Then Eric Burton, and then I guess PJ Williams lost some spots. I guess everybody from Austin or Chris Washer on back all came down pit road before they got up here, so that way they can get some more fuel in their cars. So that's why they looked a little jacked up back there. But nonetheless, 41 cars still left on the track and on the lead lap as we are getting ready to hit lap number 18. So it's 13 to go here in Michigan. Danny Wells has led every single lap today, but if he doesn't pit, will he have enough fuel to make it, which I highly doubt. Most of these cars who have not pitted yet will end up having to come down pit road, whether it's under caution or green flag conditions, in order to stay on the track as far as fuel. But Danny Wells is under attack for the first time today, because here comes rookie Preston Plord in that 42 car. Preston Plord, I believe he won a race earlier in the season. And wait a minute, are we under caution? Yeah, we are. Who's involved? Oh, Betty Johnson was there, Ian Dutta, Ryan Anderson Jr., Barney Taylor, and Austin Weiner has damage. There's a lot of cars with damage. Sam Young, Austin Talley, and I see Alex Hawkins, Matt McIntyre, Justin Talampas. Oh, Dylan Thero's wrecked, and I saw Brody Talley damaged. Rue McIntyre through the grass, so was Trent Dunham. Seems like there were two incidents that took place. And I guess the 99 of Johnson got teleported out, as now it looks like everybody's going to come down pit road this time. Or are they not? What is going on here? Is Danny Wells coming? Yes, yes he is. That means most of these leaders are pitting. But I saw some cars are going to stay out. Henrietta Fitzwater is going to stay out, so that means she will be the leader when we go back green. And speaking of cautions, let's take a look at a replay to see what brought the caution out for the third time today here at Michigan. Well, this is where it's all going to start. Right here on this restart, Betty Johnson is trying to build up speed, but I don't know if her engine expired or she ran out of fuel, because right there, I believe, let's keep an eye out for this. She's running mega slow. Yeah, right there, I think she ran out of fuel or the motor went out. And then Betty Johnson's running slow, and then she's going to come down into Tommy Mooney and Justin Talampas, get them loose, and then Sam Young had nowhere to go, and she gets spun. But then up ahead, this is where the wreck is going to really begin. Let's keep an eye out. I think it's with Ian Dutta. Dutta ran out of fuel, and he gets into Gabe Williams, and then Barney Taylor gets up into him and turns him around. And then Barney Taylor got hit hard from Talampas, and then there you see two of the Penske cars get in there, Young and Weiner. And then Sam Young gets into Dutta. Now, oh, and Barney Taylor actually goes upside down. Let's go to the TV1 camera for this. He gets hit. right in the driver's door. Wow, look at the air he got. He goes over for a quick barrel roll. PJ Williams, I didn't see him getting anything. How does he get involved? I think he comes through and he sideswipes somebody, but who? Oh, he gets a tag from Tommy Mooney. That's what happened to PJ. Otherwise, he was fine. But watch the 13. Gets hit in the driver's door, and look at the air he got. And he goes over for a complete barrel roll. And I'm thinking Betty Johnson gets hit from somebody again, because she's stuck on the racetrack trying to get her car down to the apron. No, it doesn't. Oh, did Hunter Bell get him? Or get her? No, he didn't. Now, there was another incident that took place with Brody Talley, because I saw he got into a mess. Oh my goodness. Trying to find where does this take place. Oh, I think Charles Jackson ran out of fuel. I think these cars needed the pit and they ran out of fuel. He slows up. Dylan Thero gets into him rather hard. And then here comes Brody Talley right there into the driver's door of Dylan Thero. And then Henrietta Fitzwater gets into Brody Talley. Look at the barrel rolls Dylan Thero takes. Wow, he got some air time right there. He got high air. Let's count how many barrel rolls he takes down the front stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times Dylan Thero went flipping. That was a wild ride for that 17 car. And it all started when 2 of the Roush cars of Betty Johnson and Charles Jackson, 2 different incidents that took place because they both ran out of fuel in front of the field. And then you had the incident with Ian Dutta running out of fuel, and he gets clipped, and that started it all. So, all from guys who didn't have enough fuel in their cars, all ran out, and that's what happened. But otherwise, let's take you back to the restart. Well, after that last incident, we have several cars who are out of the race, and they are Alex Pedro, Dylan Thero, Charles Jackson, Rue McIntyre, Brody Talley, Trent Dunham, Austin Weiner, Ryan Anderson Jr., Betty Johnson, Ian Dutta, Barney Taylor, Austin Talley, Sam Young, and then the other car who was out was David Rivera. Anyways, Henrietta Fitzwater, even though she got into that incident, well, I don't know if she'll be up to speed or not, but she is your leader. Second is Gabe Williams. Third is Theo Stegall. Fourth is Jessica Sheldon. Fifth is Joshua Collar. Sixth is Chris Washer. Seventh is Eric Burton. Eighth is Cody Lamas. Ninth is Tommy Mooney. 10th is PJ Williams. Then it's Dylan Young, Annie Thomas, Chase Oliver, Alex Hawkins, Matt McIntyre, Danny Wells, Preston Ford, Seth Cole, Ken Thero, and Kyle Matthews to top 20. And then it's Zachary Fitzwater, Sonny Hammond, Jecko Knight, Hunter Bell, Mason Bromer, Justin Talampas, Betty Johnson, Michael Norman, Parker Wright. Alex Pedro is actually still on track. Actually, Pedro, Jackson, McIntyre, Dunham, and Dutta are still on track. So too is Brody Talley. I guess they had to try to repair damage. So I guess everybody from Austin Weiner on back are out of the race. But we are getting ready to go green with 8 laps to go. Let's keep an eye out for the 36. Yes, she is not up to speed. She didn't really get going on that restart. So that will give room for Gabe Williams to get around. And Gabe Williams is trying to go for his first win of the season. And he's been points leader or top 5 in points all season long. And now he's up to the front. But now here comes Jessica Sheldon. The pole sitter wants to try to finally lead a lap and try to win this race to get her second win of the season and a potential wild card spot in the chase. It's side by side with between her and Gabe Williams. Who's going to get it? Looks like Sheldon got him by a bumper. And she did. Well, look how fast they went. They went 212 miles an hour entering turn 1. I guess Henrietta Fitzwater is up to speed. I guess she just didn't. I guess she spun her tires on the restart. Now she's fallen back to third. Meanwhile, here comes Collard, Washer, and Burton all up in this fray. They're going at it really hard. Jessica Sheldon, on the other hand, trying to go for her second win of the season and her 5th career win in NASCAR Walmart Cup Series competition to tie the all-time record with Chris Washer and Austin Weiner of 5. It depends on if she can stay out and lead away, but Gabe Williams is trying to catch up to her. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to win this race. Will it be Sheldon or Williams, or will somebody else catch up to him and get around them both for the lead? As we are still green flag racing, 5 to go. I gotta wonder if a caution comes out, the race may be over, or if we get lucky, a one-lap shootout. It depends on the timing of the caution, if there will be one. And as of now, we are still green. While we're at it, let's take a look at a run-through of the top 20. It's Jessica Sheldon, the leader. Second is Gabe Williams. Third is Theo Stegall. Fourth is Henrietta Fitzwater. Fifth is Annie Thomas. Sixth is Chris Washer. Seventh, Eric Burton. Eighth, Preston Ford. Ninth, Joshua Collard. 10th is Cody Lamas. 11th, Sonny Hammond. 12th is Alex Hawkins. 13th is Seth Cole. 14th, Chase Oliver. 15th, Danny Wells. 16th, Zachary Fitzwater. 17th, Checo Knight. 18th, Hunter Bell. 19th, Matt McIntyre. 20th is Kyle Matthews side by side. Wait a minute, is the yellow out? And it is out. Who was involved? Oh, Tommy Mooney was involved. Oh, man. You gotta wonder if these cars are going to be able to go green. I don't know if they can, because it's 3 to go and it takes about 3 laps for them to get back underway. So I think this race is going to be over. But we never know sometimes, as Jessica Sheldon is in the lead and could be in the catbird seat. But we're going to take a look at a replay to see what brought the caution out for the final time here at Michigan. Here's a look at what happened as to what brought the caution out. Tommy Mooney is slower on the track. I think something went up with his car, and then he gets a big push from behind by Michael Norman, and he goes up into the outside wall pretty hard. So it was a solo car incident, but it was enough to bring out the caution. So that's probably what is the big game changer for this race, because Jessica Sheldon was at the time as the leader, and it was 4 laps to go. You gotta wonder if maybe they can get a one-lap shootout in. We'll see, but we're gonna go to the restart if we have one to see what's gonna happen. Well, we are not going to be able to go green, so we are on the last lap. Depends on if these cars have enough fuel, depending on when they pitted. If they are still going to maintain their speeds and the pace they're going, then Jessica Sheldon is going to get her second career win, her second win of the season, and her 5th career win. It all depends on if they are going to be able to have enough fuel. But I think with these caution laps, it helps them save gas. Excuse me. But this was a really good race we had. Though Danny Wells was the dominant car of the race, led over half of the race, but due to having to come down pit road and some cars staying out, he will not get the win. As these cars are now getting ready to head into turn 3 and then come off of 4 to take the checkered flag here at Michigan. after what all has happened, the chase standings are probably going to get shaken up big time now, not only in terms of the top 10, but in terms of the wild card spot. Depending on where Sheldon's going to end up in points, there's going to be a battle for the wild card spot happening right now, for the wild card spots, I should say. Nobody coming down pit road. So, coming to the checkered flag for the second time this season and the 5th time in her career, Jessica Sheldon's going to win the Michigan 400 at Michigan International Speedway. And what's funny, she won this race last season as well when she was in the 11 car. So she's set a record, being the first driver ever to win at the same track 2 times in a row. So she's got a record right now of being the first driver ever to win the same race 2 consecutive seasons. So congratulations to Jessica Sheldon. Started on the pole but didn't lead until near the end of the race. But she's going to come away with the win. Congratulations to Sheldon. Now let's take a look at the official results. Jessica Sheldon gets her 5th career win, as well as the 2nd win of the season, and she's going to tie the record of all-time wins with Austin Weiner and Chris Washer of 5. But great job for Jessica Sheldon. 2nd is Gabe Williams, so close to getting that first win, but he's going to come away with a 2nd place finish. Great run for him. Theo Stegall gets a great 3rd place finish. Great job for that 83 Red Bull team. Annie Thomas is going to come away with 4th. Great run for her. And Henrietta Fitzwater comes away with a top 5 finish of 5th place. Chris Washer gets a great finish of 6th. Eric Burton gets a good solid run of 7th, so he's going to probably stay in the top 10 in points. Preston Blord gets a great finish of 8th. Sonny Hammond, first time in a little while he's had a good finish. He's going to come away with 9th. And then 10th is Joshua Collard, so that could keep him into the top 10 in points. The rest of the top 20 was Cody Lamas, Seth Cole, Alex Hawkins, Chase Oliver, the dominant car of the race, Danny Wells, Zachary Fitzwater, Jecko Knight, Hunter Bell, Matt McIntyre, and Kyle Matthews. Then it was Mason Bromer, Ken Thero, Michael Norman, Parker Wright, P.J. Williams, Dylan Young, Tommy Mooney, and the last car to finish on the lead lap was Justin Talampas. And then these next several cars from 29th on back to 35th finished but were lapped down or more. Charles Jackson, Alex Pedro, Rue McIntyre, Trid Dunham, Brody Talley, Betty Johnson, and Ian Dutta. Everybody else was out of the race, and they were Dylan Thero, Austin Weiner, Ryan Anderson Jr., Barney Taylor, Austin Talley, Sam Young, and David Rivera. Now, the scenario I said at the beginning of the race, if Mason Bromer finished top 5, he would have been able to lock up a spot in the chase, but sadly, he finished 21st, so he will not lock in a spot at the moment. If he can finish decent enough at the next race, which is Chicago, then he will be locked in, but he ain't going to lock up the spot today. But nonetheless, congratulations to Jessica Sheldon, as the next race is going to be already a return to Chicagoland. But after Chicagoland, we have, I believe, Pocono, and then Lime Rock, and then the LCQ at Talladega, and then the chase for the championship will begin. And also, if the driver wins Lime Rock, they will be locked into the chase. So it could be guys like Danny Wells, who are running not that great in points, could win that race and get in the chase via winning that race. But until the next race, here is your results, rookie points and overall points. But until then, I'm Levi McIntyre saying so long, everybody.